some fine china. Welcome back, comrade, once again, to the Rolling Stones podcast. Let's spend the night together. The definitive Rolling Stones podcast here in the States and around the world.
Comrade.
I am Don Talius, as with me is Comrade Craig. He is one half the Glimmer Twins.
I'd rather be
all this
red
teeter
than
tatter, I'm in shatters.
What?
A monkey man. You didn't like that last song? We're here once again to discuss the Stones, to celebrate these great men and their achievements.
Yeah.
They've fucked and cucked their way across this great earth of ours. And we're going to talk about it. And some other things, of course.
Their way to the top of the charts.
We're going to talk about the zeitgeist, Craig. We're going to talk about it all.
Mm-hmm.
We don't give two
cultural zeitgeist.
You could describe us as culture vultures.
That's true.
I have been described as such, and then I was told to leave the premises. Do not come back.
And that you could not be within 200 yards of it.
I do not speak of such matters. Craig, how are you doing? How are things? How are things here on the flat Earth?
Yeah, on the flat Earth. Yeah, that's an interesting theory.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, it's not a theory. It's just the facts of life. Oh well.
I want to get right to it, Craig. I promised you a theme song. I've been trying my hardest. Look at me. Look at them. These eyes.
Oh my god.
These are wolves' eyes, Craig. But to you, I am
theme song.
a sheep.
I don't even understand.
I want to give you a theme song worthy of such your godly figure. I mean, like
for my wrestling
career.
They're
proportions of
come out song.
David or something like that. It's, you are
Michelangelo's David.
Yes, God's gift to all mankind. All right, I'm going to give you a theme song.
Some people call me Adonis.
Some people or all people. Don't be modest. You don't need to be modest around here. Here in the Spanish Villa, you feel
French Spanish Villa.
You feel you feel free to do whatever you like. All right, here's some theme music. Enjoy. You tell me what you think, sweetheart. What do you think?
What the fuck?
You're like underway. You're getting out of your car, going to the Best Buy. Throw the shit on the loudspeakers.
What? The loudspeakers?
Yeah.
What's that even mean?
Is there an app for that? I don't know.
To carry around loudspeakers with you?
So the only problem with this, I always find out about this like minutes before we go on the air here.
Yeah.
In the French Spanish Villa.
Uh-huh.
Fuck Ray Davis to hell.
Oh my god.
It's already
his bones are in that.
Yeah. I used his skull as an ashtray.
Oh my god.
It's already been used. What is
furniture is rotating through the air in that room. Oh my! This is her theme song.
Yes, it is China.
Madame China.
From wrestling.
Rest in peace.
I don't mean to do this, but it seems like every time that I've tried to give you a theme song, and
it has something to do with China.
Brilliant. The person and the country and the band.
Yeah.
I tried my hardest, and something happens, and I'm.
We should start a band
sick
called
of it.
China.
Is there a band
or
called China?
China?
Va?
Yeah.
Virginia.
Virginia China. That'd be a good name, but you spell it VA.China, so it just looks like vagina.
So stupid.
That's a good idea. I'm glad you came up with it. Who's this? The Action?
The Action.
Is it... They look like the Rolling Stones. And this guy looks like John Lennon.
Look at those mutton chops.
Oh, this was a band I started.
Mutton chops don't discriminate.
No, apparently not.
They look good on everybody.
Or maybe
now,
not that
chops?
shy guy in the back. Is this an old band or like a new one?
Yeah, it's from the 70s.
Oh, really? I've never heard of it. You know who another like good lost band of like the 70s, 60s is? Have you ever heard of Big Star?
No.
They're like this mythical band. They're not that great, but they're like
they have
this mythology behind it.
Okay, so they're kind of like Zeppelin.
Kind of. It's like the lost or forgotten band. It's like they came in doing what everybody was basically doing and like really well. Like the craftsmanship of these songs and all the instruments and vocals, and production, like top notch. But they came in like after it was already kind of
established,
going, maybe, yeah, like just a little late. So it just never like hit. But all these musicians and like the guys from REM like state them as like a huge influence. Like they're like a musicians band, but they never got like the big hits.
It's funny. It feels like, you know, those big like waves of music, whether it be the British invasion or like grunge here.
Yeah.
Even, you know, like popular like electronica and shit like that. You have to be at the very front of it.
Yeah.
Because everything after a certain point is just derivative. What's happening before.
You kind of get in that second wave, but there's a ceiling that you're not going to get.
Yeah.
Because you're a little too late.
They even had almost, what was it, like in the mid-90s? I guess it was, because like in the States, punk rock was like alive and relevant again, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like Rancid and stuff.
Rancid and Green Day, and who, you know, we could sit around scratching our chins trying to figure out if they're real punk rock or not.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they like...
Rancid's, I think, the first band I saw.
Really?
A real band, yeah.
Mine was like some shitty emo band, of course.
Really?
Yeah. And I like dressed the part. Oh man, this is so like embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oof.
Wait, what? Oh, you dressed the part of like the emo?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like pins. A lot of pins and like frayed jeans.
My cock.
You pierced the tip of your cock.
But just for the night.
You had a Prince Albert?
Yeah. I was getting ready like in the mirror. And my mom was like, is somebody picking you up? You're getting...
Is somebody poking something to the tip of your dick?
Are you going to the sock hop? And I said, no, Mom. I'm going to the emo show.
I'm going to the emo show, okay? Leave me alone.
Your boy's an emo.
Swiped your hair to the side.
I was applying makeup for hours.
This is a good one. She's like, are you going to the Ben E. King concert? Like, no.
I said, no.
I'm going to go see like Thrice and Brand New or something.
Not once, but thrice. Yeah, so this time...
this magic moment.
I thought it'd be really clever. I went to the swimming pool, and I had a crush on the lifeguard, you know?
Yeah.
I was a really bad joke there.
And you pretended to drown?
I never told you this story.
I was the lifeguard.
What? You ruined it, because I didn't know who the lifeguard was. I thought it was some... Inuit.
Yeah, and I gave you... Oh, my God.
It was an Inuit.
The return of the Inuit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I tried to give you goddamn CPR, and I realized you weren't choking, you just wanted to kiss.
Yes.
And I was like, this magic moment.
I wanted to play some of the old tonsil hockey.
And then I took off my, like, Inuit overcoat, hooded parka thing I was wearing. I just stormed out.
Yeah, what you did was quite brave.
That might have been why you thought I was an Inuit.
Because you were so dashing.
I was so dashing.
It's your high cheekbones.
I have Inuit cheekbones.
Yeah, they're perfect. All right.
Hey, it's still recording.
All right, let's do a story.
I guess we'll edit that out a little later.
You didn't. What you heard, you just didn't hear.
I always think of one of my favorite like low key parts in Tommy Boy is when Richard's walking around with the camera and videotaping people, and one of like Big Tom's like top dudes is they're just hanging out and drinking beer, and they don't see David Spade videoing him, and he's like, man, his new wife is like pretty, huh? And the other guy's like, man, I'd like to drill her into the, or something, like plow her into the ground. And then Richard's like, oh, really? Or something. And he turns around. He's like, oh, get over here, you little bastard. And he's like, you got an edit button on that thing?
Oh, yeah.
I always like think that's
like,
such a funny
somebody
line.
got into big trouble.
Oh,
and that
God.
character is like the worst person that you would want to get you saying something embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, David Spade. Yeah.
Lord,
I love that you got an edit button on that thing.
Don't think so. Against me, front woman Laura Jane Grace appeared on
the legendary
Daily Show.
We're trying to get her on the show.
That'd be really great, actually.
That'd be one of my top.
I don't think it would ever happen, but you know, especially like I'm interested in reading the book. So
yeah,
if we could get the author on, why not? We're very
talk with the author.
Sophisticated chat, I must say.
Just have a glass of wine.
Here's your corncob pipe, Craig.
Oh, there it is.
Enjoy yourself. This is tobacco straight from the heartland.
You know what kind of tobacco it is?
Yeah.
Chesterfield.
We love our sponsors here. Laura Jane Grace publicly came out as trans in 2012, revealing she had become, or she
was driving a Trans Am.
Yeah, she had to, she needed transmission fluid. Revealing she had been.
It was all just a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Hormone therapy. After nearly 5 years of living as a woman, Laura spoke to The Daily Show that used to be funny.
She didn't speak for 5 years? No, I'm just joking.
She just didn't know that The Daily Show had been on since Trevor Noah got on that and made it.
Oh, I heard she was
unfunny. Anyways, that was just a little editorial.
That was your op-ed.
It is a word that I always saw as a slur, she said, about tranny. But much of my book is about self-loathing, so I think it's a true title. It's a complicated word in the trans community. Specifically, there's older generations of trans people who feel ownership of that word and have reclaimed it, or feel like they're
taking it back.
That they were originators of it, and they don't have a problem using it. Then there's a younger scene of trans people who have come in and want nothing to do with the word, and I'm definitely one of the younger scene trans people. I understand that.
I can understand that, yeah.
I think that's just...
Because it's been around so long that it has, like, a connotation. Like, there's history to it that, I don't know. You can't... It's hard to reinvent it, you know.
I think that word's always going to be around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When unfunna Noah, Trevor Noah. I mean, everybody, you're right. He's a better host than I am, so go fuck yourself. Brought up a belief, held by some, that feeling of being the opposite sex is a mental health issue. Grace responded, I understand it. This is like...
Wait, what is a mental health issue?
Feeling that you were the opposite sex. The idea of that being a mental health issue.
Yeah.
I really liked what she said. I understand it. I probably didn't hear the word trans until I was 19 or 20. So I spent a good period of time in my life wondering, okay, am I schizophrenic? Though I have twin souls living inside of me warring for control. The idea that you have to come fully prepared with an understanding of the word trans, what it means to be transgender, or even when you are transgender, is not realistic.
She sounds like a true trans soul rebel.
Hey, I just like that because she doesn't really seem... She's not sure... You know, she's trying to understand what it means for her. It's not like she doesn't dictate what it means.
And what it means to other people.
And what... Yeah. And, like, she knew something was, you know, before she had a term for it, she did think it was schizophrenia.
Right.
So...
Right.
And gender dysphoria is a disconnect of gender, of who you are and who you appear to be in your identity.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's I'll check it out. I just like people that
interesting.
Seem very...
And she just kind of says, like, you know, she's just explaining her like experience with it. She's not telling you, like you said, she's not telling you how to, or trying to like make you feel bad.
And
Against Me is,
Against Me,
jokes aside, like one of my favorite bands of all time.
You like good punk
check
rock.
them out. Yeah. But they also kind of go all the way into like rock and then kind of back to somewhere in the middle now. But they went like full rock, like Springsteen status.
Yeah, they're like, why do we have to
really
just be anarchist punks?
But I respect that they did it. Yeah, I think it's cool like that they did it, but it's not my favorite albums. But it's cool that they did it.
Yeah. If you're a punk band, just look at the blueprint that The Clash put out.
Yeah.
Just go from there. Because you don't always have to be a punk band.
The most like wide, vague guidelines or whatever. There are no guidelines.
Within your means, and then a little bit after that. Yeah. Like, you know, was it Sandinistas, like a triple album for a punk band?
And there's like dub and reggae and
scratch and stuff. Like decades before they would become popular.
Yeah.
There was a rock hip hop collaboration on that.
Really?
In the 70s.
That's insane.
One of the songs.
And some of it, I'm not sure if that's the one I'm thinking of, but it just like sonically or whatever, it just sounds like hip hop, you know, or what hip hop started to become. Which says something right there.
I don't know. Like, I used to really like the Sex Pistols, you know, what people really like put out there to personify punk.
Yeah. That's the marketable one.
And then you'd see like crust punks wearing Dead Kennedys shit. And then when you listen to the Dead Kennedys, you're like, wait, is there like some kind of disconnect? Because this seems like smart people music to me.
Oh yeah.
like nothing about the Dead Kennedys tells me, well, I'm going to stop taking showers and live on the street.
Kind of like the Clash. I mean, the Clash kind of sounded like they were drunk and high. To me. But other than that, they didn't sound like what I think of as punk. I mean, I don't know, in a way, like they're rebellious, but they're like, you can tell they're smart and they're like music nerds.
Yeah.
You know, where it's not like, turn up the fucking amp and just be...
just play that, brother.
It doesn't matter if it's tuned, motherfucker. It's all about feel, man. And, you know, it's like actually thinking man's music. I could not wrap my head around the Clash, like first hearing them and just being like, are you sure this is the band? Like, this isn't punk, because the first I heard of them was London Calling.
It's the same thing with the Dead Kennedys.
Punk stylistically doesn't have punk music.
Yeah, because the Dead Kennedys, for the most part, didn't write punk songs. It was almost like a parody of popular songs or styles.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the lyrics were like just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It was all like personality, character.
Yeah. This is so ridiculous.
What the fuck? She's so interested in what he's saying.
Look at those hands, they're bigly. Dude, he is Charlie's uncle.
Yep.
We made fun of that.
We
made fun of that as like an insane thing to think, you know?
Yeah.
Like, aren't these hands big? He actually thinks
Put your hands over mine.
Put your hands over my hands, and then we'll take a picture.
And people will think I have big hands. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he has small hands. And a small dick.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Against Me is really cool, and I was definitely pretty shocked hearing Tom Gable say, like, I'm trans. And, like,
I'm a lady now?
I'm not, I didn't feel comfortable as, like, a man, and just, like, wow. That put a whole new lens, or took a lens off of all their lyrics. And I always thought all their lyrics were, like, really, really good and interesting, like, made me think, and like I related to a lot of them, or so I thought. Maybe I didn't relate to them as much. But
that's the thing, is you don't just because
that's what makes
it's a trans person doesn't mean that you don't have things in common.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I was relating to it. Yeah.
I always thought like the ocean.
With my dick, but
yeah.
I related in other ways. Yeah, I know.
Talk
so maybe I'll want it.
Talk to me in 3 minutes. I mean. Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. I've just been looking at
about Laura.
Yeah, not even that. Just obviously, but
yeah, it changed the way I thought about her later.
Oh, I was gonna say about the ocean.
Yeah.
When you listen to it,
well, I remember first hearing it and having a lot of conversations about this.
When I was younger, my mother told me if I was a girl, she would have named me Laura.
Yeah, if I would have been born a woman.
And then he talks about being born a woman, which I just thought like, wow, this is really interesting.
Yeah.
That he's just
What an interesting thought to follow.
Yeah, because I've never heard
like
like a man and women sing from the perspectives of opposite sex, but never being born as the opposite sex. And
rethinking your psyche as a different...
Yeah, and then imagining, your psyche being different and this completely different life.
Yeah. Which definitely makes you kind of go like, whoa. Like, I don't know, like, we had conversations about it and I thought, I mean, also, like, I didn't know a lot about, like, transgender stuff, so I was like, I remember us talking, like, maybe he's gay or whatever, like, that's fine, but, like, maybe he's gay or, like, it's just a lyric, like, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, you know, like, that anything about his sexuality is just whatever, but we were pretty stumped on that song.
Well, yeah,
what does this mean?
Thinking about it now, like, the meaning of the ocean is, if there's two different realities, the one thing that is present in both of them is the ocean. So that doesn't go away. Yeah. And the idea of it that it flows through like reservoirs and canals and rivers and lakes and streams. And it goes, you know, into refineries and oil mills and paper merchants and but yeah, people consume it and it is life. So there's something just kind of like even if his reality is different and his perception of reality is different, the ocean is still there and it serves the same purpose. Yeah, which I don't know what that means. Yeah, but it's just like
it's definitely someone that's thought a lot about who they are and like had a disconnect, don't you think? Like, I mean, even before you would know the trans thing. Yeah. Like, and even not even.
Well, it's way more literal than it is.
Right, it's more literal than we thought, I guess. Yeah. And like even if it's not, just that thought of that is interesting. Like, that you've thought a lot about, it's okay that sometimes I feel like I'm someone else, or whatever.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Oh, here we go. This is my man. This was like during his fucking heavy coke years, wasn't it, Lindsay?
Well, look at his dead eyes.
Christ, yeah.
Those eyes.
There's white powder on his upper lip. No, I heard
and then on his schlong, too.
And Stevie was sniffing it off. Nah, she was like, fuck him.
Like an anteater?
She had the White Wing Dove sing the song sounds like she's singing at this point. They were both solo.
For all those Mac heads out there, here's a Mac Attack.
Fleetwood Mac Attack. This is our new segment. I need to have a Mac Attack segment regularly. But I heard they made that Fleetwood, everybody back then, eventually you got to get around to doing your double album. And it's once you've maybe already like had some success, you got some money, and you've already kind of done so you're trying to branch out. You're trying to spend money in the studio, and like everybody's solo ideas, like if the drummer has a song, we'll throw it on. And so I guess I haven't listened to that album much, but it's pretty nutty. I guess it's like really out there. But they said Lindsey Buckingham did a lot on it, and he was just like, supposedly, so it goes, he was just coked out of his gourd for the whole making of it. And when you hear that song Tusk, the album's Tusk, you hear that song Tusk and you're like, okay, I can hear the drugs in there. Because that is one of the weirdest songs I've ever heard.
Is it sort of like Ram?
It's like Holiday Road.
I don't know, that's Paul
Ram. Yeah. Ram on.
I have another clip from
Linda.
Our friend Alex Jones.
Yeah.
This one just says Alex Jones.
Lindsey Buckingham is a shapeshifter.
Goes ape shit crazy.
Is that his first video ever?
Yeah. Would you like to hear it, and then we can go into the next story?
Okay.
Just go from there.
Just as a segue?
Yeah.
Is the next story by him?
No, but it's about conspiracy theories.
Okay. That's good.
I'll make you wait.
Come on. It's always a good segue into conspiracy.
Kind of, this is the inner workings of the machine.
Look at him.
And then they say, hey, that's the good guys. Get ready for this. America is a racist cesspit. Everyone is guilty, including you and your family. The TSA convicted pedophiles.
He is, don't get me wrong, I know he's crazy, but it is a little unfair to just take clips. You you could make anyone sound crazy if you just took clips of what they say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, and a lot of it, he's not saying he believes, he's impersonating.
Yeah,
something, you know?
but the difference is, if you were to do that to anybody, the probably
it wouldn't be on this level.
Person that you could do it with. I mean, he does a 3-hour show every day.
Right.
You could probably, it wouldn't. I mean, you could probably put all the crazy shit that he says in any 10-minute segment.
No doubt. And if you, and going the other way, like, if you did listen to all of it in context and his entire show, it would maybe be 1% less crazy. Maybe. It would have a little bit of continuity, but it'd still be fucking insane. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Jones should be telling you, like...
He's gonna have a fucking heart attack.
50% of the truth about 15% of the time.
15% of what he says is the truth 15% of the time. So that's the best he gets, is that 15% of his show is made up of 15% truth.
Yeah, 50 and 15.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Because he speaks in half-truths.
Okay.
And then he just goes into crazy land.
That's the internet in a nutshell that you have to be careful with, is they can give you one little fact, and then they can say whatever the fuck they want, and you will believe them.
Yeah.
You know? And
but that being said,
so careful.
He is very, very entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
I like that one. True. Sometimes I don't know what's false.
No doubt. I don't know what he believes and what he doesn't either.
I think he's really Bill Hicks.
I like him.
I think Bill Hicks faked his death and then became a conspiracy theorist. God. He pretty much like made this other life, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe what it was is that Bill Hicks, he got too close to the answers. So the military had him...
Industrial complex?
The military industrial projects complex, they said, you know, like, we will give you... Because it never really quite makes sense. Why wouldn't they just kill him? So they come to him and say, hey, Bill, you're too close to the answers.
Yeah.
But we'll let you live.
If you, like, parody...
But we're going to give you...
It's on his
massive reconstructive surgery. We're going to fly you to Austin, Texas. We are going to give you a fake name, backstory, everything, and then you're going to work for the government, spreading disinformation.
Exactly, it's disinformation. You say basically all the same stuff that you were saying, but give it a little sprinkle of something else. A little bit of bullshit that just takes it over the edge.
And then you will grow more powerful than anyone could ever imagine.
Well, that's like the only thing that...
Do I think that happened? Not. I mean, is it possible? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's funny to think about. Yeah. It's fun to think about. Like that is just insanity talk.
Yeah. Well, that's the crazy thing about, like, that's disinformation, right? Where it's purposely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, misinformation is wrong, but disinformation is where you're, like,
you're being
doing
dishonest.
To like,
but subtly doing it?
Yeah. Because
so
you
misinform would be like, if I told you I had 10 things and I really had 20.
Yeah, and you were like, oh. Like, you maybe didn't even know.
Yeah.
You were wrong, or whatever. But disinformation was like, yeah, you're telling me you have 100, so I'll be like, oh, I'm down to come over. Can I get some of those?
Yeah,
you really have like 5, maybe 1 or something. And you give me a STD or something.
I send you on your merry way.
Oh my god. But it's nutty. That's what makes me like entertain. Well, and it's just fun. But entertaining some of the conspiracy theories is it's like, I don't know, some of it. You talk about something that may be true. Like if some guy started a show like that and he's always going, the military-industrial complex.
Globalist.
They're trying to rape your parents and put an implant in your head and shapeshift into lizards. Then all you associate military-industrial complex with is this crazy, silly thing where they're brain implants and stuff. And then it's like the real military-industrial complex. Now they can like get away with some shit. Because you're like... You wouldn't believe it if someone called them out. You've already kind of laughed it off.
Yeah, well,
I'm not saying any of that stuff's true.
Yeah, that's the other side of the argument, though, right. Or another argument.
It's
that
a
is,
reason.
If Alex was actually AJ, was actually like a lot of the stuff that he said was as like true as he claims it to be.
Yeah.
And like impactful to the government and the globalists and all this other crazy
Zionists.
stuff. Why wouldn't they just kill him or shut him up?
Yeah.
And like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
If it was so like groundbreaking, then why?
And maybe they would secretly like not only allow it, but maybe on some level like kind of support it and prop it up because of what we're saying, that it, you know, like it's one of those things, like if there was a real UFO sighting and like Donald Trump, or let's say let's just go back in time a couple of years so we have someone legitimate. Say Obama went out onto the fucking White House steps and one just touched down, he just saw it, like no one would believe that still. Oh, maybe Obama, you know, but like,
what do you mean?
Because it's already become this like joke.
Oh, you're saying that because, like, in the context of, like, satire and stuff, if it's already brought to the attention of everybody else and made to look ridiculous. If it did happen, how could you tell the difference?
You wouldn't, no. And, like, when any, like, semi-legitimate one comes out, it is put into the same pot as, like, the craziest ones. Yeah. Which, you know, again, I'm not saying any of them are true, but it's just, none of them will ever be taken seriously, even if it was true. You know, and that may be the exception, the example I use, like Obama being like, I saw a UFO. I was born in Hawaii. I don't know.
Yeah, if you actually said
that would be the only person.
If the government actually told you what, like, if Roswell would, I mean, if they gave you the facts, you know, there'd still be people saying these aren't real, or these aren't all the facts. Yeah. There's no winning.
No.
Like, what's the end game?
No.
Nobody is just going to be like, unless you're about to chop their head off, say, okay, tell me everything you know. You know? Like, what are you going to do to force them to do anything?
Oh, what, like...
Like, come clean about any kind of information.
Yeah, the government?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
We could just keep...
Yeah.
All night. All right, let's get into... We want to talk about conspiracy. But we want to just...
UFO? Joe Biden was there with
it? Was real. It was in Joe Biden's bedroom. We took some...
I said Joe.
We took some poppers.
Don't touch that thing. It could have an international disease. Interglobal planetary disease.
Isn't it funny that Cheney shot that guy hunting?
Yeah.
How insane is that? The vice president shot somebody hunting, like, pheasant.
Yeah. And, like, tore the guy. And the guy was, like, 20 feet away.
You think he
I thought you were a goose.
Do you think he shot him, like... And we are talking about conspiracy theories. Let's just say that he... Okay, just for the sake of argument, he wanted to shoot that guy, right?
Yeah.
His intent was to shoot the guy.
Yeah.
Didn't they have, like, cameras and press and stuff out there? Like, okay, irregardless. Why would you shoot somebody, unless you were, like, the most cold-hearted, calculated, Iago-type bastard. Like, you would be like, okay, let's all go out hunting, and then you would somehow make it appear that, for whatever reason is to justify you, I'm going to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, it was an accident.
Yeah, that happened.
But the flip side of that is, like, what I put, it's like, okay, yeah, you can believe all that, you know, nonsense, or did a bunch of fucking idiots go out with a bunch of guns and somebody is eventually going to get shot?
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah.
Especially if they're randomly shooting at things.
Yeah. What would up your chances, right?
Yeah, I mean... Okay, let's get out of this... let's get this out of the way. Fuck me.
Oh my god.
Let's get this out of the way right off the bat. The Earth, it's not flat.
Wait, okay. You're kind of like challenging my beliefs. That's kind of offensive that you would just...
just bear with me.
Say that.
I know it's hate speech, but just hear me out.
Because people have different beliefs, don't they? Some of us believe that it is flat.
That's very true.
You can't just dismiss it.
Just tolerate my intolerance for a second. Most people know this, but the internet has given rise to a growing group of mean, happy people who believe...
Shiny, happy people?
Here, Mother Earth is flat and surrounded by walls of ice.
What?
Okay.
Walls
and that
of
NASA has been fabricating evidence to the contrary.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that Stanley Kubrick works for him. He films.
So,
he quit making feature films.
Just real quick. Like, I know that we should listen to this whole argument, but okay. Then what are they filming? Like with the curvature of the Earth and everything, what is that? So that means not even. He says NASA, but he doesn't. He's not. The implication is that every space program that exists by every country in the world,
it's more than just NASA,
is in on this.
Why? Well, when you got talent like Stanley Kubrick,
agree on anything?
No, there's no way.
So like.
Well, you saw Clockwork Orange, right?
Yes.
It's like that, but in space. That's how. Because it's Stanley Kubrick, man. He's making all this shit.
It's like
Full Metal Jacket,
if you
Private Pile,
mix
but with
Full Metal Jacket and Barry London together, it's sort of like that.
And then
all with natural light.
Why isn't the flag waving, man? But the shadow should have... Why can't we see stars in the background? Well, do you think there's a possibility there's a scientific explanation? No, I think there should be stars in the background and they're not there, so it's fake.
And the fact that, okay, say they did doctor all this stuff and everything was fake.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe it wouldn't be a bunch of like bureaucrats in a smoky room somewhere talking about this shit?
The war room.
They might get some scientists. I can't even say it right. Scientists in there to discuss such a thing.
No.
Because something tells me the men that work in the government don't know a whole lot about science.
They bring in Dr. Strangelove.
Yeah, even if they brought in Dr. Zaius, I think it would be something better.
oh, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. That's another Simpsons reference.
There's going to be way more Planet of the Apes references coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Dr. Zaius. Irving's teammates,
you dirty apes.
Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson have a podcast. When Fry brought up the question of whether aliens exist, Irving took the opportunity to ask his teammates. Irving asked, "Do you think the Earth is round?"
He's like, "Wait, before we get into the aliens, because my belief stops even before we get there. My belief stops at outer space altogether. That shit's all fake, brother. We are on a platform. We're on a board game like Monopoly.
You ever see The Truman Show? It's all propaganda.
It's like that.
It ain't.
You know Monopoly, and it's just this flat square? That's like us walking to Boardwalk and Park Place. If you walk off the edge, except there's ice walls. I forgot. There is no edge.
Oh, man.
There's ice walls. What?
Like the Great Wall in the north?
Ice?
Sort of like that?
Yeah. Winter is coming.
I mean, that's a big fucking wall, bigger than that.
And then the Hollow Earth people are like, "Come on, you idiot flat Earth people!
It's lizard
it's
people.
Definitely a globe. It's just hollow and has all these million-year-old civilizations on the inside. Lizard people. It's not something dumb like flat Earth.
The aliens aren't in the sky, Craig.
Yeah.
They're in the Earth's core.
Oh, wow. That's like, was that a Batman v Superman?
Just think about it.
The devil won't come from below.
Can you imagine
the skies?
Batman against the lizard people of the Hollow Earth?
I'm surprised that's not a
Get
comic.
on it, DC.
Alex Jones. his new comic. Alex Jones and what's the artist? Alex Ross?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine like an Alex Jones type character in Batman?
Yeah.
Like, what would that even be like?
This Batman person is a globalist. If you can't see that, follow me in the Joker.
He would blame everything bad that ever happened on Batman, right? Or maybe he would be like,
that's what the Batman's for.
Yeah, that's what the Batman's for.
Just blame it all on me, Gordon.
Alex Jones. I'm fighting lizard people. All right. Okay.
Harvey, I know these briefs backwards.
I was with the lizard people.
I was with the lizard people. I have tons of briefs on them. Well, I suggest you buy American.
They're immortal, Harvey.
Next time you want to shoot a lizard person in the Hollow Earth, I suggest you buy American.
They're harvesting unobtainium, Harvey.
Okay. I have so many briefs on the unobtainium, Harvey.
Alfred! Irving said, "Do you think the Earth is round?" Fry and Jefferson said, "Yes."
They just started laughing.
Are you faux real? Are you high on something?
Stick to crossing over your defender.
But Irving
Ayo.
was unequivocally, I guess...
He was unflappable?
Yeah, thank you. Oh, hey. This is not even a conspiracy theory, he said.
No.
The Earth is flat.
Wow. It's not even a
conspiracy theory. It's not even a theory.
No, it's not even a theory.
It's the ramblings of a madman.
It's barely even a thought going on in my head right now. It's so true.
I mean, it's as much as a thought as anything that ever leaves, like, human beings' lips, you know?
Yeah.
If they say it. If I say...
As anything that's completely true.
If I say ball, you could say, hey, is he thinking about the ball or wants the ball? I don't think that's necessarily true in this case. He's just saying things without...
So does he dribble a flat basketball? Basketball's a flat square with ice walls?
Pressure to explain himself.
Yeah,
Kyrie,
no shit.
Kyrie, tell me what you think.
Oh, I would sit there and let him talk for hours. Oh. Not even to make fun of him. I would love to hear this.
Yeah, just whatever he thinks. Kyrie spoke of particular groups and a mysterious they.
Oh boy.
Who want to convince us Earth is round. So shadow groups.
2. The globalists.
It's right.
Zionists. That simple.
Very
and the
simple.
lizard people.
And the lizard people. That's the Trinity. You gotta watch out. It's right in front of our faces, he said. I'm telling you, it's right in front of our faces. They lie to us.
Technically, it's like below our faces. There's nothing.
That isn't an explanation.
What do you say? It's not. It's below. It's right in front of our faces.
When I asked you what to explain your theory, and you said, "What do you mean? It's right in front of our faces. They're lying to us."
Lying to us. Oh.
How? Well, give me examples.
There's less of a reason to believe that they're lying than there is to believe that they're telling us the truth. But I guess it's possible. Anything's possible. I've never been in space. I've been to the ice walls. Those
multiple
are true.
times.
Those are real. Yeah. And then they believe
I got married there. I had my gay wedding at the ice walls.
I guess they believe it's a flat circle, right? It's like a disc. And then the sun circles, not the very edge, but like right off the edge of the walls, the ice walls, the edge of the circle, and it like circles over the earth. So that's why it looks like it sets or whatever. That doesn't make sense.
Would you be able to see the ice walls if you were in an airplane?
I keep running into them. If I run in a straight direction too long, I'll hit it.
This makes perfect sense.
It's like an
N64
N64
you don't think
game.
of like the laws of nature and like geology.
You
a bunch of other things.
Nintendo 64 and everything's flat. Quit playing Banjo-Kazooie, Kyrie Irving.
Come back. What I've been taught is that the Earth,
the laws of nature,
is round, he continued. Mm-hmm. But if you really think about it from a landscape of the way we travel, the way we move, and hey, to be fair, this man travels all over the world every season, so he's been on airplanes way more than us. Who are we to think of anything different?
It's true.
But if you really think about it from a landscape of the way we travel, the way we move, and the fact that that fact, can you really think of us rotating around the sun and all planets aligned, rotating in specific dates, being perpendicular with what's going on with these planets?
I mean, the planets aren't, their movement isn't dictated by the dates and a perfect special timing where the timing, it tells it what to do like it's a schedule. It's the other way around. We didn't tell it to do anything. The planets rotate that way, and that's what time is based on. It's not the other way around that they're following a schedule. Oh, Neptune's late. It didn't listen. No, it's on time.
Today.
We're late. Yeah.
And Neptune just isn't there anymore.
Yeah. It's flat too. They're just these flat discs rotating. I don't understand. The icy walls, man. Them icy walls. Oh my god, that is so ridiculous. I mean, you're right. He gets a view from flying better than us from down here on the ground, us lovely people.
Yeah.
And I even thought, when he's dunking the basketball, is he not flying?
Is he an extraterrestrial? He has the Earth in his palm.
Yeah.
It's like some MIB shit. What is that, like the aliens playing marbles at the very end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, that was the entire Milky Way galaxy was just one marble, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's some like Twilight Zone shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he was speaking of being perpendicular with what's going on with these planets. So he put planets in rotation.
Air quotes?
Air quotes.
Oh, no.
Jefferson said, how are you going to put planets in quotation?
See, Jefferson's like 38, so I mean, he's kind of like seen this.
And I think he has a comprehension of basic science.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, Fry's like that age too, so Irving's the kid, I guess.
He said, because everything that they send or that they want to say they're sending doesn't come back.
Oh, when they send it out into space?
Yes. So because nobody's been to Pluto, which isn't a planet, but what is it, like some kind of ice star or something?
It's something. I forget what they call it.
Because nobody's been there, it does not exist. Right?
Totally, yeah.
But if you, like with that logic, he says there is no concrete info except for the info that they're giving us. They are particularly putting you in the direction of what to believe and what not to believe. The truth is right there. You just have to go searching for it.
Okay, Agent Mulder.
I'm really, say what you want about...
How are you going to put planets in air quotes?
What the government should and should not be doing.
Yeah.
But when you have programs like NASA, that is about discovery...
yeah.
And, pushing the limits of human discovery itself. Why?
Why would that tell that story?
like to me, that just hurts NASA.
Well, it's like
it hurts actual information.
Yeah.
And like science.
So basically, he thinks that it might. They're like lying. What is it? Almost like the war on drugs or the war on terror, where it's like you purposely, make an enemy that can't be defeated or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're purposely setting a goal that they can't actually achieve, so they just ask for more and more money. Like is that what he?
But they don't. Every year they get cut.
What would they fucking do with that?
They get cut every year.
It would be to actually go on these space
missions. And so what
missions.
do these scientists do all day?
That's what I'm saying.
If you work at NASA, what do you do all day?
Right. Why would you
work your whole existence to become a scientist?
Yeah.
You get to the building, they don't do anything there. What do?
They just play solitaire.
And then nobody
Facebook.
In the existence of NASA has ever said anything contrary to that.
No, because and they just apparently work with Stanley Kubrick, and it's like fucking Industrial Light and Magic.
Space Odyssey. Yeah. How do we do better, boys?
Yeah, and they just make fake space movies all day on the computers. I don't know about that. Like, to what end? I guess that the government... they're not doing it. It's like the man, the globalist telling them to like make up this story.
It's always the Jews' fault for some reason.
And globalists telling them to, to make these movies and pretend like there's outer space. Just for what? Just to have like a big budget, and then like the tax money goes to them, and they just get like money. I don't know what. What is the goal that he thinks? 48.
The only thing that I can think of is that when the Cold War warmed up, Russia had a space
global
program,
warming,
right?
Yeah,
and we were in competition with that. That's what drove the space race.
Right.
And eventually landing a man on the moon.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
So that being
Marin,
said,
get over here and suck my cock.
So the communists and the United States, although they hated each other down to the core, they were somehow going to be in this propaganda.
They secretly met, shook hands. Let's all pretend to keep this space thing going.
Keep it under your hat. Yeah, and then they were going to work together for what?
And then eventually when China got a space program, Japan got a space program, India got a space program. Oh, all those countries just are completely in cahoots, right? They all work, they're all friends, and they get along about everything, right? So they would come together and... What the fuck is he talking about? Planets are not a theory.
If the United States
planets
and Canada or Mexico and the United States can't agree on basic things, what would lead anybody to believe that the whole world would transpire? Planets don't exist, Craig.
That's like saying just science is all like this fake thing or something. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's so much wrong with having...
Yeah, I think it hurts your brain.
Yeah.
Because it's like, fundamentally, everything you've been taught in school, at very basic levels, they're just saying none of that exists. So everything that you've been taught doesn't exist.
Like, science is actually... It's not what you think it is. It's like been this just big farce for... That would also mean it'd have to go back, like, way back, too.
And the deep state is somewhere...
Even the ancient cultures believed in planets. They weren't making it up.
It wasn't to deceive the people back then. Yeah. Everybody was like, oh yeah, there's the moon up there.
Yeah.
Don't look at that. That's not there.
That's flat. It's
what are those?
It's hanging from the sky.
Those other, like, balls of spears out in the space. Those aren't there.
Yeah, I wonder what the flat Earth people say. I think I've heard before, I just can't remember what they say about, like, stars and stuff, like, and the moon and stuff. Like, what did they...
Is the moon not actually the moon?
I think they might think that it's like the sun, like I said, where they think it spins.
Oh, where or
it
they
has
think
circular
that the sun
rotation.
rotates. Is it like that, where the sun rotates around us and not the other way around?
Yeah, but it also, it doesn't go around because we're flat. So it just, like, circles. So when you're on this part of the Earth, you see it, and then it, like, sets, and now it's over here. So I think they think that the Earth is the size we think it is. You know what I mean? They don't think that's fake. They think it really is that size, but it's not turned into a ball. It's just this flat.
Okay, so where are the ice walls then?
Oh yeah, you gotta go out to the edge, hit the wall. Made of ice. That's that simple.
So, okay, but this is like...
Isn't
this like square Earth theory then? Isn't there like a giant waterfall out there?
See, that's the one I always thought it was. That's what I thought the flat Earth theory was. Yeah.
And we're back.
We are back.
We just ascended to the heavens, dined with the gods for 5 glorious days. And now we're back here with the human beings. Craig?
One man from Mars singing.
That is a Martian. Roswell exists.
Yeah.
It's the government. It's the globalists.
Look at him. We took apart the flat Earth theory. I mean, we didn't disprove it, of course, but we just
made fun.
We dissected it, analyzed it. Just let you people know that there's different schools of thought out there. Some people believe it's this ball, like, floating through space with burning balls of gas. And
sometimes you don't even need to go to school at all.
And then most of us believe, it's just a flat disc with an icy wall around the outside of it. It's like any normal person.
That's regular folks.
Or it's a square with waterfalls and you can, like, look over the edge.
I vote for that one.
Nothingness at the edge.
So what happens? You just fall into space?
Flat Earth, baby.
Has anybody ever been to the bottom side of the cube?
Yeah, the cube. It's like that movie. What was that movie where they're in the cubes? Is it just called Cube? That movie's sick as fuck, dude. I like that movie. They keep going.
I think that's just some kind of, like, anti-human propaganda.
Yeah.
That's how it's really going to be.
It's anti-human.
The life in the cube is going to be like that.
Yeah. So you fall off the edge, you land in this, like, square room, and you have to, like, solve the puzzle to get out of it.
It's like a Zelda game and Resident Evil.
Yeah. Mixed together.
Jenner, what's up with that? What's up
Kendall?
with chemtrails?
Kendall Jenner. This one's kind of, like, been around. Or, I mean, it was kind of a while ago when she brought it up. But it was kind of like the B.O.B. Talking about Flat Earth a while back. And Neil deGrasse Tyson, like, destroying him just with facts. Like, I love that. He doesn't, like, insult him or call him, like, an idiot or anything.
Yeah.
he just like drops facts. But it was kind of around that same time actually. And Kendall was doing the same thing as B.O.B. where she was just, you know, just casually tweeting like about whatever, like just because she just, you know, kind of says her thoughts on Twitter.
Has millions of
for fun or whatever, messing around. Yeah. But then she will like, she was throwing out some of those like, you know, like you might like maybe if I had seen a movie and I'll throw in one of my tweets would maybe be about the movie I just saw, or like, oh, I've been learning about this thing. So she was doing that, and like more and more must have been falling down the YouTube rabbit hole, and she just would do these posts kind of like B.O.B. every once in a while about like, oh, these chemtrails, people, you better start waking up, be like a Jenner and be woke. And,
she didn't
honey.
say that, did she?
And, no, I'm making it up.
Yeah, my problem with
basically
being,
that.
Since I've been woke,
yeah,
it's such a great feeling.
I'm woke now too.
I want to recreate it somehow. I want to relive my wokeness.
When you woke?
Yeah.
Like the moment of awakening? The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Is that Maz Kanata? Oh no, that's Kanye.
Who?
From The Force Awakens, bro.
Is that his name? The guy from Attack the Block?
No, that's Finn, bro.
What's his name? Poe? Poe Dameron?
Dameron,
whatever.
FN 2187. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna call you Finn. Okay, Poe. Sounds great, buddy. All right.
He had never had a name before, right?
Yeah. He called me bitch and FN 2187. That was it. Oh, and that one guy calls him traitor. Traitor.
Is that the one that's Daniel Craig?
Ben! Oh, my bad. No, it's a different one. He has that, like, lightsaber blocker thing.
Thought it was, like, electric thing.
Yeah.
Like some riot gear.
Yeah, it is like that, yeah. Just in case somebody's got a fucking lightsaber to block
honey.
it. Honey. Yeah, and Kendall would just be like... But it was like... I mean, she didn't say get woke or anything, but basically like that, like the same attitude as B.O.B., like, people, you gotta wake up. There's these chemtrails in the sky. Haven't you ever noticed this? Aren't you a deep thinker like me? There are these things going on.
It sounds like the difference between astrology and astronomy.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like fake, you know,
or an
connecting
alchemist
dots.
and a chemistress, here. We're not even
chemist.
saying chemist. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is some
chemistress.
Chemistress.
I
can't even say
a
it.
Seamstress that works with chemistry.
People, please don't listen to anything I have to say.
Yeah. I don't know if she ever, you know, opined on what or like, you know, threw out what she thought the chemtrails actually were. That she was basically wanted us to beware of them. They are dangerous. Woke. They're giving us cancer. The government wants us all to have cancer.
I mean, I can't prove any of this.
It seems like a strange but bold strategy by the government. Okay, here's our first plan. Give everybody cancer. Okay, check. I don't know. Why would we do that? What would that accomplish?
Population control. Man.
Yeah, I guess.
Read
so.
about it.
I think that maybe is what the theory is. The conspiracy theory.
Bowie's in space, Craig. David Bowie had a long career ever since he first rose to fame in the 60s.
He is.
Ever since then, he has been celebrated for being an artist.
Life on
passion
Mars.
For
more
visual,
like death on Mars.
Presentation rivaled that of his love for music. So it's pretty much talking about one of the most. He's talking about having or being different in social norms and things. I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring. So he goes on to say that Bowie was an individual, and his way of thinking is what helped him be apart from. Oh man, that stuff's really hitting me. So anyway.
Oh my god. Is that how he met all the different spiders that he formed his band with?
Spiders in my brain.
Deep in my soul.
I'm just gonna throw on some of that music.
Are you gonna play that song?
No.
Go fuck yourselves.
I'm gonna play a Bowie song that I'm gonna finish the story.
You're gonna finish because of the song?
From memory. I'm gonna go in the corner over here next to my Gray Davis statue.
Oh my god.
That's weird that he left all his belongings in the house. They're mine now.
Yeah. And then his bones are just in this like
crawl space?
Like a what do you call it? They're like set up like some kind of not ceremony, but like a some kind of ritual. That's what I'm trying to say. Some kind of ritual.
Afraid of the mountain,
ritualistic thing. Yeah. There's voodoo dolls in that room. So we told you.
There's a hair doll.
We record this in this mansion in a French-Spanish
The
villa.
haunted
French-Spanish villa mansion.
Yeah.
And there's dozens of rooms, if not more.
Trapdoors. It's like the
Trapdoors.
Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah.
But in Sacramento.
And one of them, we just found Gray Davis's bones set up in this ritualistic manner.
Yeah. I just thought, wow, that's really avant-garde.
Yeah. And
Is that from the Dada period?
That severed goat's head on a spike was like a nice touch.
I think they were into spirit cooking.
Oh,
what do you think? Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Oh my God. Spirit cooking?
Yeah, satanic
It
rituals.
sounds like a fucking Hannibal Lecter thing.
That sounds like AJ to the...
AJ, our boy
Was
AJ
it,
Alex Jones.
Power 9000 or something?
Power Man 5000. It's my favorite band.
This is
Rob Zombie's brother.
Yeah, this is happens when the worlds collide.
Oh, I'm so douched out. I have the douche chills up and down my spine.
And you
right
remember
now.
he had the blonde hair all spiked up,
Oh,
and he
no,
would wear
talking about his hair.
welder glasses.
Oh my God! What is he? He couldn't decide if he was steampunk or like
he
grunge.
was steampunk before the days of steampunk.
God.
When people just listened to the Linkin Park.
Wow, it's mad. I can't even remember how that song
It's
went.
like if Linkin Park and steampunk fucked each other.
White Zombie.
And then the brown
The brainchild?
The mattress was the brainchild.
Oh my God! Of Power Man 5000. What the fuck is with this music video?
It's awesome, isn't it?
I thought he was the Tin Man.
I
Now
think
he's
he's-
like Pagliacci, the sad clown or whatever.
I think he's trolling us.
I think so. Posthumously. Beyond the grave. See, he's fucking Pagliacci right there, man. The sad, isn't that the sad clown or the one that fucking crazy Joe Davola dresses up as?
Yeah, Cosmo says he,
Joe, I don't know what you're doing. Kramer told me you dressed up as Pagliacci, the clown. George, come over here.
No, I actually wanted to talk to you about
Kramer!
that. So when you hear, I mean, it's pretty like, it's like the platitude show about nothing. What does that mean to you?
It's a show about nothing. Me and Larry sit around and come up with jokes.
Have
you ever noticed
I'm gonna
this?
break both of your ankles and leave you hobbled here.
Have you ever noticed how food on an airplane is very small? I hate that. It's like he needs his enthusiasm to be curbed or something. Hello. A show about nothing?
Yeah. It is, like, if you just think of Seinfeld and all the shows that came before it.
Yeah.
They were very, I wouldn't say basic, but I mean, it was like...
You're a basic bitch.
Thank you. You're painting by numbers, It's like...
Yeah.
So it's usually a family or a group of people,
Yeah.
and then there's this big problem, and everybody or some of the people come together, and then at the end of the episode, it's solved.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody hugs it out and talks about how great the family is.
Yeah.
And aren't we lucky to have each other?
Yeah. Just makes you feel all warm inside.
So
I like to know exactly what's going to happen before I've even turned the show on.
Yeah, so Seinfeld is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
There's no
resolution.
Well, there's no hugs and no one ever learns anything.
No. What is it? No hugs and no... Or was that it? Just no hugs?
It was no hugs and something else.
Yeah.
But it's a show about nothing. So in Seinfeld, the smallest inconsequential thing snowballs into not only something that takes over that character's life, but it affects everyone else's.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, it's solved, but it never turns out good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like fundamentally,
that's not
there's
always solved.
Yeah.
Like it's like the chick just breaks up with him and that's it. He's like, it wasn't a good breakup, and he wasn't like, he didn't take the high road to get You know what I mean? It was a bad breakup, and he was kind of a dick.
Yeah. At the same time,
you don't feel better about the character.
It's nothing and it's nothing else. So everything before Seinfeld and everything after are completely different.
Yeah.
Like an easier way to think about it is just horror movies before Scream. So everybody knew what a horror movie was, and then when Scream came out, it redefined it by
dissects it,
pointing out how ridiculous all these like movie tropes are.
Yeah.
And, you know, like the heroes and the villains, and then, you know, like what's going on.
Yeah, and the order of things that are going to happen.
Yeah. And a sitcom was the same way. It was written like the same way what the Honeymooners did. Like went all the way up to like Murphy Brown and shit. So it's like, although the Honeymooners, I think they were a lot meaner. I'm pretty sure Ralph. I mean, and like,
he wasn't afraid to get physical.
You would
with
not.
his wife.
Yeah, I don't think your show would be around very long if you threatened to beat your wife.
Yeah, really.
Like all.
And people are like, oh,
he's charming.
So funny.
But that's how.
There's Jimmy.
I mean, that's how they talked.
Yeah. I know, isn't that weird? And then, like, I noticed it. I have to admit, I do kind of like the show Friends, but it's like it's a very paint by numbers thing. But they are. I noticed it like going back and watching it not that long ago. It like follows Seinfeld, and the people who wrote it were like, let's do that. But you know, it's different in a lot of ways. But it's like to me, it's like when you watch Seinfeld, especially like the early seasons, all the relationship humor. The Friends creators must have been like, let's do a show of that, but they're going to be like 6 like beautiful people, and they're going to have like relationships with each other and other people. Where Seinfeld was like, no, we don't. We have relationships with other people, but none of them. Kramer never like fucks Elaine on accident.
There's never an episode where.
I don't know why I said accident. Like she gets
where
drunk.
George and Kramer get drunk one night and just
get a little handsy,
fuck each other.
Fuck the crap out of each other.
One of them dies. That's the episode. Is Jerry? So we do that. That's the first 2 minutes of the episode. The rest of the
George
episode,
and Kramer fuck each other, and one of them dies.
One of them dies, but so you just. So something's happening off screen. They're fucking and they're dying.
Yeah.
And the cop comes
up
with his flashlight, and he just goes, "You killed the man." And then you hear ring ring, and it's Jerry picking up his phone. And then the rest of the episode, 20 minutes, give or take.
Jerry, I'm in trouble. I think I killed
Jerry
Kramer.
Reacting,
who is this?
And then Jerry getting ready to go to the police station.
Oh my god!
I think it's gonna be groundbreaking.
To go to the police station.
Yeah, you turn
to bail out.
To just find out what happened, because he doesn't know who died and who doesn't.
Oh.
I don't know who died.
We need you to identify the body. What? The body? Why do they always want you to identify bodies? Mr. Seinfeld, this is serious. One of your friends died.
He was brutally murdered.
His anal cavity was completely ripped apart. You always hear about anal cavities being ripped apart. What's with that? I don't understand. Yeah.
He's in there with the coroner, and he's talking about Superman.
Yeah.
And this is where they
could fly backwards against the rotation of the Earth and travel through time.
They beat out all your friends' teeth.
Oh my god.
Oh well, Lois Lane.
Well, Richard Pryor was in Superman 3. Shut up, Jerry.
Your friend is dead.
He's brutally dead. Please identify.
And then Kramer just does the slide. It's one of the doors that just open up. And George just has like his whole chest cavity just ripped open. And they just start throwing milk duds in there.
Your friend was brutally murdered. That's a shame. Remember how they do that? That's a shame.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh, we better, what do you think, Putty? He looks dead, doesn't he?" Yeah, that's right. Support the team.
He's not dead.
The Devils.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
What is the conversation that Putty and is it Peterman?
Oh, yeah. Ah, the man behind the emerald curtain. Yeah, that's right. Like, what? That's the greatest conversation in the history of the show, and it's cut from the final episode.
Oh, it's not in it?
No, it's in, like, the bonus. There's a good, like, 5 minutes of cut stuff.
They had so many characters.
Yeah. And they're still in it, but them, like, saying something to each other. They just cut that little part out. Yeah, that's right.
Beach Boys, Craig. Sandbox time.
No,
We're going to get a sandbox in here.
Are you in it living in a house? Are you living outside? That's not good enough. Get in the house. You're still not comfy enough? Me neither. Get a sandbox. Middle of your bedroom. Fill it with sand.
That way you won't have to leave.
Protected
if you
from
have to take a
world.
shit, you just take a shit in the sand. You just paw at it.
Plus it's pretty far out. You stick your feet in the sand, it's like you're on the beach, man. You don't even have to leave your house.
We're going to talk about that American hero, Brian Wilson.
Some people think I'm far out. I made some great music. Hey, it's fine. Dennis and Carl, they're not around anymore, but they sure sang some sweet tunes.
That sure was nice of you to write so many songs and you give them to your brothers.
Yeah, sail on sailor, It's like this life is like a surfing safari.
Oh, God.
It is when you think about life.
Like
a metaphor for it. My first one would be a surfing
safari.
That might be one of the stupidest song titles in history.
What about I Hate Mondays?
Oh, that's true.
Alright, guys and gals.
Rah, 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 siscoomba.
Here's some fun facts about B. Wilson.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson, the pitcher
some of these.
The Giants.
The pitcher of the Giant, yeah.
He never heard his own music in stereo. As a young child, Brian lost almost all of his hearing in his right ear.
His dad burnt it to a stove.
His dad seems like
Teddy
a real
Duchamp.
Piece of garbage.
Is Teddy Duchamp or Brian Wilson?
Yeah. Storm the beaches in Normandy.
Your dad, he took your ear and he burned it on the stove.
The percentage. Loony. I've heard those people that can't see Craig's doing the face too.
Yeah,
that was my favorite part.
Spinning the finger next to your head. Loony. Go check out Stand By Me, everyone. It's basically based on Brian Wilson's life.
It's just that scene over and over again.
Yeah.
It's just Feldman running
Murray
up to
Wilson.
the gate and that guy was just yell other shit
Yeah.
at him. I could watch that for an hour and a half.
He stormed the beach.
All right. So yeah, Brian was deaf in one ear.
That's a trip.
There are also various theories about how Brian lost his hearing. None of them completely
lost it on a surfing safari. Probably.
Brian himself attributed the loss to a blow to the head from his.
It was a blow to the head.
He incurred as a toddler from his frequently abusive father.
Father Murray.
So his father hit him in the head when he was a baby.
And it knocked some music into my head. I started hearing all these harmonies from me and Carl and Dennis.
Murray, he also encouraged his boys to be musicians and rolled over.
Be a fucking musician, you little pussy!
Iron hand. His mother,
however,
hit you
again.
Remembered a scuffle with another toddler and referred to him as a what? Nerve impingement.
What?
That may have been the result of...
Oh, like a fight that Brian got in as a kid?
Yeah. That was so confusing.
Huh.
Surfing was best left to the drummer.
Oh.
Brian Wilson, the closer for the San Francisco Giants, spent the early years of his career writing odes to surfing one after another. This quintessentially Californian pastime was the subject of a lot of Beach Boys singles. The title, Surfing. Brian, however, had a live long and prosper fear of the water and avoided the activity entirely. He was afraid of the water. In fact, most of the Beach Boys were not surfers. Only brother Dennis, the group's drummer, enjoyed surfing.
Oh, shit.
And
he wasn't hanging out with Charlie Manson.
That
we already covered in previous episodes.
Dennis is far out there, man.
Yeah, he's far out. That's what I always thought.
When he wasn't with Charles Manson and his other friends,
Carl.
He would provide Brian,
oh my God,
the closing pitcher of the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, I could throw the heater,
spots.
High and inside. That's what I always say.
So he talked about surfing spots, and he would insert into lyrics like Surfing Safari.
Surfing USA?
Surfing USA. Did you read this?
Surf's Up? Oh, they don't mention that one. That one, like, isn't even about surfing.
In the mid-70s, Brian Wilson was making his so-called comeback after a long period of inactivity. He agreed to film a comedy sketch for a TV special that showed him surfing at the beach.
Bet that was funny.
Paunchy and terrified, he flopped around in the water on a surfboard and couldn't wait for the experience to be over. It's one of the ironies of his long career that Brian Wilson's love of the sea, sand, and surf. They're just songwriting topics, not based on reality.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't, like, bum me out, really.
No.
Like, I don't...
Not at all.
I mean, I guess if you're, like, into surfing, then it just kind of bursts your bubble. That, like,
not everybody
really
that likes those songs likes surfing.
No, yeah. Like, I don't really care about the surfing topic when I listen to those songs.
That's like me being upset about Led Zeppelin because Jimmy Page really wasn't a wizard. And Golem did not, in fact, exist.
Yeah.
Valhalla, I don't know
Robert
about
Plant's
that.
never been to Valhalla or been a Viking or anything. Or held a sword.
Sometimes he composed with his toes in the sand. His tootsies in the sand. Yeah, around the same time, he was producing Smile in the late 60s.
That's my shit right
Brian,
there.
I have to check that one out. Brian made an unusual change to his dining room in the house. Thinking that he would be more creatively inspired at the beach, but not actually wanting to go to the beach, he paid for carpenters to build...
he does sound like a beach boy.
They're paying for it, you eat it.
Funny.
He paid for carpenters to build a low retaining wall around the perimeter of his dining room.
That was my funny for tonight.
Fuck yeah. And then had 8 loads of cum and beach sand.
Oh my god. That was Rod Stewart next door.
It's a swimming pool full of it.
Oh my god.
The jism, that goo.
Oh my god. Please tell me they talk about Van Dyke Parks.
What is that?
Hey, come on, Van Dyke, I'm writing Smile. Why don't you get over here and write some gosh darn lyrics for me? It'd be far out. If you're going to write lyrics, make them far out, though, Don't make them simple.
His expensive grand
Mike
piano.
Love might get a little pissed off, but too bad,
His expensive grand piano was then lowered into the middle of the sandbox, much to the horror of Brian's regular piano tuner, who often found sand in the instrument.
Oh my god.
I don't play piano, but I can't imagine that sand
in a piano.
In the piano.
It helps with the timbre of it, I think.
Many view this transformation of his home as a further evidence of Brian's declining mental state. Although he insisted that he composed some very good tunes in his sandbox while it lasted. So the sandbox is no more.
It was some of the main pieces of Smile, from what I have read. Like the main songs. There's some like segue songs kind of in it, but like the main awesome songs on there are like supposedly the ones he wrote on that piano or in the sandbox. So yeah, those are far out though.
They were talking about his declining mental health.
Yeah.
Getting him a psychiatrist, things like that.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, his family members intervened, and Brian began a long road to recovery that involved
Hey, Dr. Landy?
Psychological counseling, detoxing
Can I get a cheeseburger?
and revising his diet. You're ruining it for me. You're ruining the movie. I haven't even seen it yet. I already know all the lines.
It'd be far out if I got a cheeseburger,
Although
Give me that fucking cheeseburger, Brian!
I love Paul Giamatti.
Sorry, Dr. Landy.
Although most of his family would later regret trusting so much of Brian's care to his psychiatrist, Eugene Landy.
Dr. Paul Giamatti.
So this is the first time we have spoken about him, but
We've
never
met Eugene Landy.
Yeah, we have officially met the man.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, he's a dwarf on the shoulders of giants.
I know you don't think that it's far out, but I actually kind of like cheeseburgers, No, Brian!
Landy.
Maybe I'll finish writing an album and then I could have a cheeseburger. No!
Landy was to some extent a frustrated showbiz impresario.
Impresario? Why did they use that word?
What is impresario, man?
I don't even... Isn't it like a... I don't even...
Is it like a mogul or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's great. Most
That's
of them
weird...
also later admitted that without Landy's influence, Brian might well have died. While Landy did improve Brian's physical health, he also began to dominate Brian's entire life, even penning a ghost-written Brian Wilson memoir and adding his name to the songwriting credits.
Oh, yeah.
In the late 80s, the situation reached a critical point, and the family took Landy to court. They won the case in 92, and Landy was barred from having any contact with Brian.
He'd be in there in studio.
Doing what?
Redo that track you just did. Like, change those words. You won't get a cheeseburger otherwise. I guess it'd be far out if we changed the song. That's right. And then he wanted his name on the fucking credits. And it was, like, I would love to get a copy of one of those vinyls where it says, like, B. Wilson, E. Landy. But at some point, he officially got Landy's name stripped off of it.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
It's not in the credits anymore.
Did you say that I was crazy when I did this?
I think it was... Or no, it was because, like, Landy was lying. He wasn't part of it. You know, he didn't write any of the fucking songs.
Oh,
it was Wilson, you know?
Yeah.
But Landy got his fucking name on it, so Brian was able to, like, win that back and get his dumbass Landy name stripped off of all of it. That's 120.
Oh, yeah. I love me some Brian Wilson.
Yeah, I was happy to see that, though. Like, that. Because that's, like, so... That's, like, very shady, and it, like, taints what he did if that fucking idiot's name's on it. But Brian, like, won with that court case, or maybe another one, to get that shit out.
I'd have to imagine that, yeah, there is laws against that, because it sounds like it's, like, elder abuse, but with people that are mentally ill.
Yeah. That's what it was. And it's weird. Like they said, he kind of helped him or whatever. He helped his physical state. And so, I mean, he wasn't like, I'm going to fuck Brian Wilson over.
Or he didn't initially think that.
Yeah.
But he probably, like, had so much power over
That's what I was going to say. Maybe he had so much power. And he would get him to, like, I think he bought a car, Brian Wilson did, but Eugene just used it all the time as if it was, like, his. And it was, like, a nice fucking car, like a white convertible fucking Porsche or something, Corvette or something like that. And it's like Brian never really drove it. And
did Brian even know about it?
I think he did. I think he like went there and bought it. And then
probably because Eugene was like, well, he went and bought it with me.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, oh, Brian, you should get this car or whatever. Yeah. You got to see that movie, Love and Mercy.
I didn't know what it was called. Yeah.
Because after the
it's
B.
two
Wilson
guys
song.
that play him, right?
Yeah.
It's Joan Cusack and John Cusack.
No, it's John Cusack and Paul Dano or whatever. But it's funny. I don't think it's that car, but other than that story I just told, like he goes there with Eugene to a car lot to like get a car. I think seriously for himself, or maybe it's that one I'm talking about. Like basically for Eugene, he's manipulating him, and that's where he meets like Melinda or whatever, and it's just weird. That scene, like, you'll love that scene because he's just like, oh, you know, this car's kind of nice. This car's really far out, but, like, I don't know what car I want to get. And then she's just being super, like, bubbly and nice to him and, like, oh, do you like this car? And, like, trying to be friendly, and he's real quiet. And then fucking asshole Eugene Landy saunters over, and he's like, you know who that is, right? And she's like, oh, what? Who? Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. Thank you very much.
Then it does a spin.
Yeah. He spun around and pulled his top hat off and tipped his cap to her. He's seriously, like, as douchey as you could say it. That's how he says it. And she's like, oh, wow, like, you're from the Beach Boys. Oh, yeah, you know, I guess that's far out, but I just wanted to buy a car today.
I have this, like, really...
You know, good vibrations and all that. Yeah, that was nice.
I'd say it was...
Oh, okay. Cool, Brian. So you want a car? His Woody? Yeah, I'd drive my Woody, you know. Put some surfboards on top. I've never been surfing, but it'd be far out if I put them on top, because I got a Woody. What was that? Is this Brian Wilson covering Shattered? Ah! has vocal harmonies doing. Yeah. Shadube. Please, Brian, we're asking you out there, Brian Wilson, from a huge fan. Please cover Shattered by the Rolling Stones.
I've been working on the script. It was kind of under my hat.
It's Hush Hush.
But it was, it's like a period piece.
It's a Love and Mercy
that's
sequel.
Loosely based off of John Cusack's life. But this is what we do. We get Joan Cusack to play John.
Oh, yeah. That's brilliant.
Through his whole life, but she's playing him like as an infant.
And Brian Wilson plays Joan Cusack in the movie? Because someone has to play Joan.
And then,
Joan plays John.
And then Paul Giamatti plays Eugene Landy. He reprises his role.
Let's see, I missed that in the news that at some point John Cusack hired Eugene Landy. Is that what you're saying? It's his psychiatrist?
Yes.
Wow.
He was so impressed.
I didn't know that. He was so impressed with Say Anything. After Grosse Point Blank, he thought, I need to help this man.
I need to get my name on this guy's his writing credits on his movies.
Yeah. So then it says starring John Cusack and Eugene Landy as whatever John Cusack's character.
John Cusack as John Cusack.
Oh my god.
Eugene Landy as Eugene Landy.
Oh, the actual... It wouldn't be Paul Giamatti?
No.
Yeah.
Leave him out of it.
And then Paul Giamatti would play Joan Cusack.
He would also play Eugene Landy. So there would be two
that's interesting.
Eugene Landys.
Would Paul Dano play Joan?
He would play a younger Joan Cusack because...
Who would play the old one?
I don't know. I'm confused about that part. But if Joan is playing John, then somebody obviously has to play Joan. So we get Paul Dano to play Joan.
Paul Dano, maybe Brian Wilson.
And I don't know who plays old Joan.
Paul Dano could play Brian Wilson as Joan Cusack.
Well, maybe that's old Joan. So old Joan is Paul Dano still. But
as Brian
Wilson.
Which is so weird because in Love and Mercy he plays young Brian Wilson. Holy shit, that's convoluted. The movie sounds good.
Well, to be fair, he's not playing old Brian Wilson. He's playing
Joan.
Old Joan as Brian Wilson.
Oh, okay, that's true. I see. And he has that haircut.
Yeah, he looks just like Joan.
You know, Paul Dano gained like a bunch of weight to play that, and I think Cusack did too.
Really?
Because Brian Wilson always had that like soft little tummy on him.
I don't know. All right. Stone song.
Is this our Stones story?
Boom, 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 boom.
Stones song? What's that mean?
Hey, we got World Jingle. I fucked up that one too.
I got a World Jingle.
Stone song. The Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, has reportedly penned a 75,000-word memoir.
A memoir?
But refuses to publish it. Writer and publisher John Blake Esquire makes the claim in an article, The Speculator,
that'd be far out.
in which he alleges to have the manuscript in his personal possession.
Mick Jagger, you know, he's a far out guy. I mean, he had a lot of penises in his mouth and slept with a lot of people, but that's okay. That's what he does.
But his claim is it is in a secret hiding place.
Oh. His memoir?
Ah.
Do you call it memoir or memoirs?
Memoir.
I like both ways because memoirs is not plural. I think it can be plural, but it can also be singular. Like, this is my memoirs. People will say that about one book. It's my memoirs. Or some that are much more cultured, like myself, will say memoir.
We speak the King's English.
In a French-Spanish villa, we should say memoir.
Sir Blake says that it was written in the late 70s, which when Jagger was paid an advancement of £1 million.
Wait, he wrote it in the 70s?
Yes.
Holy shit, dude. I gotta hear that then.
Because
it's not an old man remembering.
No, it's a young man in
holy shit, dude.
It's an old man in
when
his
he was
younger days.
Yeah, when he was the cock of the walk.
It was he was paid an advancement of £100 million.
Back then?
Or £1 million, actually.
Oh.
Which he eventually gave back. It offers an extraordinary insight into the singer and shows a quieter, more cavalier watchful Jagger.
Who am I listening to right now?
For
so proper.
The first time that I was reading this earlier, and then I saw a picture of the author, and he is incredibly British looking.
Oh my god.
I apologize.
Mick Jagger's Memoirs. If you roll it up in a bowl, it's the size of a tangerine.
His memoirs.
It's a movie. His memoir.
It's not one, but many, right?
Fucking memoirs. I had one memoirs in my hand. I've got your hand. It's the size of a tangerine.
Jagger initially found it difficult to write the book, Esquire Blake claims, because all of the years of drugs and debauchery had altered his brain so badly that he could not remember a thing. When the book was finished...
But he wrote it back then.
In the early 80s, it was rejected by the publisher because...
Too raunchy?
It was light on sex and drugs.
Ah.
They wanted the skinny Craig.
So he was being real. He wasn't, like, telling all these, like, dressed up stories.
You can only talk about
like a legend, you know?
Fucking everybody in your band so many times. It gets
that's
very
true.
tiring.
Everybody just wants to know about how often and what positions he fucked Bowie in, or Bowie fucked him in. That's what people would look in that book for.
You be Big Spoon, I be Little Spoon.
Yeah.
Sir
Ground
Blake
control
goes
Major
on
Tom.
to surmise.
To Major Mick.
The memoir as a little masterpiece, adding that it is perfectly preserved time capsule written when the Stones had produced all their greatest music but still burned with the passion and fire of youth. And they were idols.
Oh my god.
Describing how the book needed to be published, Sir Blake Esquire says that he approached the Rollings of Stones management.
The Rollingest of Stones.
Led by Mr. Jagger to claim that he didn't remember writing it, and upon reading the manuscripts, the memoirs, that he never wanted to see it published.
I want it published, alright?
This guy in his 70s, but he's like...
You start me up, alright?
This is 30, 40 years ago. Why would you want that shit public?
Yeah.
Blake ends the piece by offering his apologies to the 100 million people around the world who would love to read the story.
Yeah, and I just have one chapter I want to read out of it, the Bowie chapter, but...
What would that be called?
I Got Fucked in My Asshole by David Bowie.
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
And all I wrote was this lousy memoirs.
Where are my memoirs? Well, you mean this big piece of paper? Is this all of them? There's more?
Alright, that's my memoirs. Ask fucking Keith. What, I look like you? That's my Mick.
The time has come. We must say goodbye. Let's spend the night together.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
We're at it again. Next time we will be bringing you...
Sponsored by Michael Caine.
Yeah. Did I tell you when I was in Japan, there was these advertisements for coffee of Tommy Lee Jones, and it was just him like staring off into the mist. and he had like the saddest eyes I'd ever seen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so they would put these giant billboards of him just staring off.
Oh my god.
It was like he heard a trumpet call on a lost battlefield.
Oh my god. I was trying to think of like one of his movies. Like
Harvey Dent.
Maybe there was Harvey Dent's true. Maybe he was like thinking about his like previous job before his memory got wiped, when he used to work for a secret government organization hunting down aliens.
Man, sad times.
Agent K, rest in peace.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the definitive Rolling Stones podcast here.
We talked a lot about the Stones
on the YouTube. On the internets. On the YouTube. It's just a bunch of tubes, really.
Internets, the interwebs. Some people have been writing in wondering, is your other podcast that exists on this same podcast network, is the other podcast dead? Is it fucking dead?
I've never seen you like this, Greg. You can't have any of my guns. I have hundreds of guns.
It's fucking dead!
Scattered around
It's
here.
not dead. We'll come back. We haven't put up an episode, I think, in like 8 days or something.
My God.
Of the movie trailer review podcast. It's very short, very laugh-oriented. I don't know. I don't know if there's any trailers that we got to review.
I'm sure
movie
there's trailers out there.
We'll be putting one of those up soon. Also, or maybe you were like just about to say it, but the Between the Buttons episode still hasn't been uploaded. So that one and this one will be put up very shortly.
It's more of a threat than anything else.
We reviewed Between the Buttons. We got Between the Buttons on our album review.
They were talking about us, but they just didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know. Something happened to us yesterday. I don't know. That's one of the songs.
Well, on that note, everybody,
Let's spend
the night together.
It was a good play on words, wasn't it? Where I just said something and it didn't reference anything.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's a joke that I like to do.
Bye.
Well, see you later. Some people just want to watch the world burn.